All right, today we're going to continue with the arithmetic sequence. We're going to do a little more practice. So far you've learned everything you need to know for these next couple pages, but we're going to go along together and just kind of review, and I'll do some and you'll do some and fun stuff. So for this first section, we're just writing the first 5 terms. Remember, this is term 1, term 2, term 3, term 4, term 5. And that's what n is. So if I'm going to find term 1, I'm plugging 1 in for n. Term 2, 2 in for n. Term 3, 3 in for n. So if I plug in a 1, 3 times 1 plus 1 is 4. If I plug in a 2, that's 6 plus 1. If I plug in a 3, that's 9 plus 1. And then y'all finish the other 2. We'll do the same thing for number 2, but this time I'm gonna use that calculator. So I'm going to type in, if I'm going to do 1, that's 6 times 1 on the top, 3 times 1 squared minus 1, so that's a 3. Now we'll plug in a 2, so 6 times 2 on top, 3 times 2 squared minus 1, that's 12 over 11. Let's do the third spot. 3 times 3 squared minus 1, that's 9 over 13. And y'all do the other 2. Okay, now moving on to that recursive formula. Remember, in this recursive formula, it tells you how to get the next term. So for the sequence, I just subtract 4. So I'm going to start with 28 and then subtract 4 each time. I want y'all to do number 4. In your recursive formula, you're multiplying by -2 each time. Cool. Okay, number 5. Same thing, it gives the recursive formula where you're adding 2. So you're going to start with the 6 and add 2 each time. I'll let y'all take care of that. But let's talk about how to write the nth term equation. So going back a page, remember, here's the formula for the nth term. You take the first term, add the common difference, and then do n minus 1. So we'll take the first term, which is 6. The difference, how to get to each term, is plus 2, and then n minus 1. Cool. Okay, 6 and 7 are those ones where you just type in your calculator, so y'all can do those. Number 8, this is again going back to just deciding if it's arithmetic. So to know if it's arithmetic, you have to either be adding or subtracting, and if it is, you're going to find the common difference. You're going to say D equals. So y'all can do those too. Those are easy. Okay, let's turn the page. Okay, this is the same type of thing where you're just plugging in the numbers for n. So plug in 1, plug in 2, plug in 3. So I want y'all to do those. We just reviewed that. Find the formula for a sub n. So just like we did a second ago, using that formula on page 4. Let's go ahead and do number 13 together. So I'm going to take the first term. D is positive, so I'm going to say plus 3. And then n minus 1. And then y'all can do 14. Doing the same thing. Okay. 15. You got that one. Killing it. Okay. 16 and 17. So they give you the first 2 terms. You have to find the missing term. So the reason they give you the first 2 terms is so that you can figure out D. So for us to get from 5 to 11, that's plus 6. So my common difference is 6. So now I'm going to write the equation for a sub n, because that's the equation you use to find any term in your sequence. And that's what we're trying to do here. So I'm going to start with 5 plus 6 n minus 1. Okay, well now I know that I'm trying to find the 10th term. So I'm going to plug in a 10. So 5 plus 6, 10 minus 1. So it's 5 plus 6 times 9. Your answer there is 59. So y'all do the same thing for 17. Okay, number 18 is that partial sum. It's what's in this box here. So we're either going to use this formula or this formula. Since they only give us n and then we can figure out the common difference, we're going to be using this formula again. So we'll do one of these together to remind us how to do it. So I'm going to find the 10th term. So I'll start with 10 and then 2 times the first term plus d. Okay, so how do I get from each term to each term? That's 12, and then n minus 1, so 10 minus 1, all over 2. Then I'll just type this in my calculator, and I got 620. Y'all do 19. Okay, 2021, those are just calculator problems, so y'all can do those as well. Okay, have fun practicing. Make sure to do the assignment. Bye.